Hi guys, it's Jen. This is the inspiration piece and my layout. I'm going to talk to you first on regular time and then I will narrate the video. Hi guys, it's Jen here. I just have you on real time for 1 second. For my layout, I'm doing something from a local garden that was the 12 days of Christmas. And so therefore I wanted to fit 12 photos on my spread. And our layout, or sorry, not our layout, our inspiration piece this week had lots of lines and it had like Lego blocks. And so it made me start thinking about doing a grid or laying out strips of paper. And then I thought, what would be really fun, and because I obviously have lots, would be to put each one of them in a frame. So I just wanted to show you, I found this paper. It's sort of like a grid. So it's gonna be, it looks really busy right now, but I'm hoping once I put the photos in behind it, it's gonna tone it down a little bit. We'll see. If not, I can always switch out the paper. We found this paper that had lots of the colors in the inspiration piece, and then I went through my stash and just started playing with a whole bunch of different frames, trying to get them to fit 12 on there. And what I'm gonna do, hopefully, is label them 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through the days of the 12 days of Christmas. And so I just wanted to show you my thought process here because it'll skip through really fast on the video. I'm just trying to balance it a little bit because it is so busy. So I've got 3 black ones, kind of got 3 goldy color ones. I've got 3 red ones, and then the blue doesn't quite match out, but there was a lot of blue in the background, so I ended up with these 2 blues, and then it's like a newspaper print one up here, and not only was it just because there was a lot of blue left on the background, but also it just, that size frame seemed to work, and I didn't have anything in blue to move it around on, so because you can see there's not a lot of red on the background. So that's my thought process there. So what I'm going to do is go away with this, and I'm going to crop all of my photos in Photoshop to fit into these frames and have them printed. So that's going to take a good portion of my day. So I'm going to get that done and then hopefully be back later on today to finish this layout out. So thanks guys, I'll be back soon. Okay guys, I am back and I am on fast forward. I didn't make you watch me go through and back all of these frames with the photos, but you can see here that they're all filled up, and what I did just so that I wouldn't lose track is I just ripped off little pieces of paper and put the numbers, so then when my photos were printed it made it easier for me to match them up with the frames. The one change that I did do was I did swap out the number 8 frame there. I had sort of a craft color one there and it just seemed too heavy, so I ended up going with a white one with polka dots, and then that way it balanced out. There's 2 blue frames and there's 2 white frames, but that white frame on the bottom has the gold as well. So anyways, that's sort of how it all worked out. It just was trying to balance it a little bit better. So what I'm going to do here is I wanted to number each one of these, and so I'm just finding a little something to put on each one of these to put the number on, and just a little, so I'm kind of doing a teeny tiny bit of embellishment on each one of these, and then I'm going to keep the rest of it really simple. This has got tons going on, and so that was sort of how I thought to balance it out. I'm also going to end up with a couple of labels on there, covering up a little bit of the background so that I have a place to put my title and I have a place to put my journaling. So I'm using up this, I think it's my November kit, and all of these little die cuts are from Pink Fresh, and some of them I'm just cutting them up or cutting them to make them just a smidget smaller, and then just layering them up and using them to put the numbers on. So the other thought process that I have going on too is I'm also trying to balance out the color of the numbers. So you can see on number 1 there, my partridge, which I used a dove, whatever, it's one bird. So I'm taking some creative license with some of these. It's got a red 1. So what I tried to do is use red to number in 3 places. Tried to use black to number in 3 places and blue to number in 3 places, and then I happen to have some silver numbers in my kit, so whatever those numbers were, I think you just got random numbers, those ones were used as well. So you can see for the 2 there I had the silver, sorry for my head again, I don't know what I'm looking at. The 10 got silver, and I'm just looking on my layout beside me here, what else got silver? Oh, the 5. So that was how I did that. I apologize, this video jumps ahead quite a bit. My phone rang, then my phone rang again, and then I ended up with a sick kid. So this layout ended up getting done over a period of like 5 days, and then I ended up having to chop my video clips up into pieces because I'm using Camtasia and it just won't take a big clip file, even though they're not really long, they're only like 10 minutes long. There's something about the size. So I apologize that it's quite choppy and that there is some pieces missing. So here I believe I have all the numbers down. I'm just adding little extra bits to each one so they all have a little bit of decoration. I think one of my favorite ones, other than the bird there, is down on 8. That is the Maids of Milking, and I know that is a house, but I sort of thought maybe we could pretend it's a barn. So that's kind of one of my favorite ones. And here I'm just really roughly cutting off a little bit along the bottom and the one side to put this on some red cardstock. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. First reason is I felt like having the red really thin border on the outside sort of pulled the layout together. And the second reason is because with all this stuff on here, all these frames, having that cardstock and the pattern paper really made it a lot more sturdy. So it made it easier for me to be able to pick it up and put it in a page protector, take photos of it, etc. So that is why I did that, and I like that. The other option is I was thinking about drawing a black liner on the outside. I just didn't think that was going to be enough. So here I'm getting really close to the end. Sorry, this is one of the times when my phone rang, cut me off, and missed a little bit. But what I'm doing here is I have a tag for the bottom right corner that I'm going to put my journaling on, and I'm looking for a label, and I'm going to stick the label in that spot underneath the gold circle frame. So right in there is where I'm going to stick that, and that's actually where I'm going to put my title. That is unusual for me. Typically I would have put my title in that bottom right hand corner, but I wanted to just do it a little bit differently this time, and I also wanted to have to use that tag. It totally didn't fit in that spot, but it fit quite well down the bottom there. I just had to trim it off a little bit. So yeah, I decided to just be different, and I think it's good to challenge yourself and do layouts that are different, and this is really different for me. I'm usually fairly clean with sort of 3 clusters, and so this is really different, but I just really didn't want to do a double page spread for all these photos. Some of these photos are really terrible photo quality. It was nighttime, and so I wanted to get them all in here because this was something my family really enjoyed, but at the same time keeping most of them small and fitting them all on one page was really what I wanted to do. So here I'm using a label that's from October Afternoon, and actually so are these alpha stickers, these tiles. I don't think they make these tiles anymore, and I totally love them, so I wish they would. I don't actually like that much the new alphabets, I should say, that October Afternoon is doing. I really wish they'd bring these mini market tiles back again. So just
getting that down. I've done 12 days and Christmas, and then I'm going to actually just use my pen to write the of in the middle, just for space, and I thought it looked kind of nice. So here I'm just going to write down my journaling, and I'll just read it off to you while I'm writing. I said the funnest, is that a word? Funnest part was trying to find and remember the 12 days of Christmas. We enjoyed finding all their versions of each. So this, as I mentioned earlier, was at a local garden. I'm also going to bring in a little black tag. First, because that brown was sort of harsh, I'm just using some white ink along the edges. I just thought it softened it up a little bit, so that's what I was doing right there. I'm going to bring in a black tag as well and write on that with some white ink just the name of the place and the date as well. I think I'm just searching. I'm searching for my tape runner, which has gone missing, and I still haven't found it actually, which is really bizarre. I must have carried it upstairs or something. I had to stop about 3/4 of the way through this and go pick up my son from school. He was sick, and I must have carried it upstairs with me or something. So hopefully I find it soon. So here's the very last bits. That one spot where I just put the sparkle, it seemed kind of empty. And then once I put one word down, I felt like I needed to put something else down. So I had this magic that I had cut out from a couple layouts ago, and I had inked it red, and it's just been hanging out. So I put that one on there as well and fit it in. And then I'm just putting these little sparkly silver trees down in this corner as well. It just was another little spot that looked like maybe I should put something. And maybe this is too much for you. Maybe this is a little bit much for me typically, but I like the way it turned out. I think it's kind of fun to follow. I couldn't quite put all the photos in the right order just because of the orientation of the photos, the way the photos were, the way I could crop them or couldn't crop them, so I ended up having to move them around a little bit. So but they're labeled with each of the numbers, so I think it's really fun. So I'm just going to stick these down. I'm going to do a little bit of close-up for you, and then I have some shots and close-up shots of the page. So I really hope you enjoyed, and I really love doing Free Flow Wednesday and just kind of going for it. So I will be back again next month, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye now.